was announced that Fiat was going to be releasing a 1-ton offering, you could almost hear the entire motoring community get together with a resounding, "What?" This was along the likes of Mercedes-Benz launching a double cab offering. Well, we've got it here. It is the Fiat Fullback, and well, essentially it's a Mitsubishi Triton underneath, which means that it should be pretty good. Then moving on to the interior of the Fiat Fullback, it's actually not a bad place to spend time. It's fairly well trimmed, and the overall touch and feel of everything, the perceived quality, is actually quite high. It's nicely designed, it's nicely styled, typically Italian, but it is lacking a little bit, and that's now where my criticism of the Fullback comes in. It's not quite as refined as some of its competitors. So, there's a little bit of vibration, there's a little bit of harshness that comes through. It's a little bit loud in here, if I have to be honest. But it's pretty well trimmed. We're in the mid-spec, the 4x2, and as such we've got a multi-function steering wheel, leather is standard. We've got aircon, it's manual aircon, it's not automatic, that only comes on the 4x4 LX version. But we've got power windows, and it's got this infotainment system. It's not my favorite either, it's actually a bit of a nuisance, if I have to be honest. But it does come with navigation and with Bluetooth. It is still going to read discs, and of course you've got your auxiliary inputs and USB. The space though, the space inside the Fullback is actually very, very generous, and especially at the back. And come on, you're buying a double cab because you have a family or because you're going to be taking people in the back. So it counts in their favor. Like I say, leather is standard, that's not even an option, it's pretty much par for the course. Some of its rivals do have additional airbags that put it in a slightly safer category, but you're still going to get dual airbags up front with the Fiat Fullback. Aside from its very, very attractive looks, the Fiat Fullback is available with either a 2.4 litre petrol motor or the one that we got here, the 2.5 litre turbo diesel. It's available with 2 power outputs. The high power version is going to give you 130 odd kilowatts. The one we're in here makes 100 kilowatts and 324 Newton meters of torque. It's going to return fuel consumption figures of around 7.9. We've been hovering between 8 and 9 here, and that's really combined in a bit of stop-start driving. It does mean that that 75 litre tank at the back is going to give you a range of over 940 kilometers. That's pretty good going. It means that you spend less time at the pumps. The SX model is available with a 5-speed manual gearbox. It's a bit notchy, but this is a new vehicle that may loosen up over time. It is very direct though, and it is very manly. And the drivetrain is not quite as refined as I would have liked it, and I feel that the Fullback is possibly 2 or 3 years behind in its competition in that sense. So let's get down to brass tacks here. What is this going to cost you? Well, there are 3 different derivatives available in the Fiat Fullback. There's a single cab workhorse. No real frills, no bells, no whistles. You get the model that we're in here, the SX, which is a 4x2 double cab, sort of mid-spec, mid-range. Then of course there's the 4x4 double cab. And that is of course top of the range with all the bells and whistles. Now this one here is going to set you back about 403,000 Rand. Comes with a 3-year, 100,000 kilometer warranty, and a 5-year 100,000 kilometer service plan. How does that stack up against the competition though? Well, a similar Ranger is going to cost you 440,000 Rand, a similar Hilux 430,000 Rand. Its nearest rivals, in fact, is the slightly dated Mazda BT50 at 410, or the new Isuzu KB250 D-Tech, the X-Raider version. So a couple of bells and whistles there. That's going to come in at about 370. But it does make the Fullback a wonderful value proposition. It's not going to break the bank. You just need to decide if that extra 30,000, 40,000 Rand is worth a couple of extra kilowatts.